Some of your favorite spots have some pretty great deals honoring one of America's most popular foods.
Looking at fast food burger chains in 2025, some places are crushing it while others have completely fallen off. The numbers don't lie, and customer satisfaction scores tell a brutal story about who's winning and who's losing in the burger wars. Starting with number 5 on the chains to avoid, we need to talk about White Castle. This company opened back in 1921 in Wichita, Kansas, making it the oldest burger chain in America. They basically invented the slider concept, and today they have around 350 locations scattered across the country. The problem is that their tiny beef sliders have this oddly soft, mushy texture that just doesn't work anymore. Each slider only weighs a few ounces, which means you need to eat several just to feel like you had a meal. One slider has 140 calories, 7 grams of fat, and 380 milligrams of sodium. That sounds manageable until you realize most people eat 4 or more in one sitting, which shoots those numbers way up to 560 calories and 1,520 milligrams of sodium. The patties get steamed with onions during cooking, and while that might sound good on paper, customers in 2025 are complaining that everything tastes like repeating onions. Yelp rankings put White Castle at 20th place among burger chains, which is pretty rough. Food Republic's expert rankings place them 11th worst overall, with reviewers saying the small portions simply don't satisfy anymore. The restaurants themselves often get compared to bus stations in terms of ambiance, which isn't exactly a selling point. White Castle survives on nostalgia, but that nostalgia can't cover up quality issues that have gotten worse over the years. When you're paying money for burgers that leave you hungry and upset, there are way better options out there. Moving to number 4 on the avoid list, Dairy Queen needs a serious reality check on their burger game. Founded in 1940 in Joliet, Illinois, Dairy Queen started as a soft-serve ice cream chain before adding burgers to their menu in the 1950s. They've grown to over 4,300 locations by 2025, but their focus has always been treats, not savory food. The original cheeseburger there features a beef patty, but customer feedback from 2025 calls it peculiar gray in color and completely flavorless. The buns get soggy because they absorb too much moisture, creating this unpleasant, mushy situation. Nutritionally, their cheeseburger has 400 calories, 19 grams of fat, 9 grams of saturated fat, and 910 milligrams of sodium. The protein content sits at only 19 grams, which is low compared to competitors and doesn't keep you full. Health rankings for 2025 put Dairy Queen's burgers as the 4th unhealthiest option among major chains. Expert rankings from Chowhound placed them 11th worst, specifically recommending that people skip Dairy Queen burgers and try Culver's instead, if they want a good dairy and burger combination. Customer reviews mention flat beef discs that barely qualify as burgers, with aromatic vegetables that can't mask the blandness. The American Customer Satisfaction Index scores show Dairy Queen dipping in quality, partly due to portion reductions and cost-cutting measures. Their strength is definitely ice cream and blizzards, not beef burgers. When a chain treats burgers as an afterthought, customers can tell immediately. Number 3 on the chains to avoid is Sonic Drive-In. Sonic started back in 1953 in Shawnee, Oklahoma as a root beer stand, evolving into the drive-in chain we know today. By 2025, they operate over 3,500 locations across the United States, known for their car hop service where servers bring food to your car. The Sonic cheeseburger uses beef patties, but the execution is terrible, according to recent reviews. Customers describe a distinctive flatness to the burgers, with one reviewer joking that the patties practice social distancing from flavor. The toppings get distributed unevenly, creating bites that are either overloaded or completely bare. In 2025, Sonic's American Customer Satisfaction Index scores dropped significantly, with complaints focusing on overcooked meat and watered-down assembly. Yelp rankings put Sonic at 18th place nationally, which shows how far they've fallen. The Sonic cheeseburger has 590 calories, 31 grams of fat, 11 grams of saturated fat, and a whopping 1,200 milligrams of sodium. That sodium content is particularly high for a burger this size, drawing criticism from health experts. Multiple customers noted that everything at Sonic tastes like tater tots, suggesting the burgers are definitely an afterthought compared to their sides and drinks. Chowhound's rankings placed Sonic low for value, recommending people skip it entirely and go to Shake Shack instead. Operational changes in 2025 reduced the number of traditional drive-in stalls at many locations, which hurt the nostalgic appeal that kept people coming back. When your signature item is mediocre and your unique selling point disappears, customers have no reason to stay loyal. Coming in at number 2 for chains to avoid, we've got Burger King. This chain was established in 1954 in Miami, Florida, and they pioneered the flame broiling technique for burgers. Burger King grew to about 19,000 locations worldwide by 2025, making them one of the biggest chains on the planet. Their signature Whopper launched in 1957 and features a quarter-pound beef patty, but reviews from 2025 are absolutely brutal. Customers describe the patties as dried out from the flame broiling process, with one reviewer saying they could double as drink coasters. The vegetables often arrive wilted, the restaurants themselves feel sticky and poorly maintained, and prices have increased without any quality improvement to justify them. Yelp's 2025 Top 25 Burger Rankings put Burger King way down at 19th place, with Reddit users commenting that it hasn't been good for years and only gets worse. A standard Whopper packs 670 calories, 40 grams of fat, 11 grams of saturated fat, and 1,080 milligrams of sodium. Health experts criticize it for having high calories without delivering commensurate flavor or satisfaction. Food Republic ranked Burger King as the 13th worst burger chain, specifically advising people to avoid it and try the Habit Burger for better flame-broiled options. The chain faced multiple closures in 2025 as sales declined and customer traffic dropped. Nostalgia for the old days of Burger King can't mask the modern reality that their burgers simply don't measure up anymore. When flame broiling becomes flame drying, you've lost the plot entirely. The absolute worst chain for beef burgers in 2025 takes the number 1 spot, and it's McDonald's, founded way back in 1940 by Richard and Maurice McDonald in San Bernardino, California. McDonald's revolutionized fast food with its assembly line system. The chain expanded globally and now operates over 39,000 locations by 2025, making it the most recognizable fast food brand on earth. The Big Mac, introduced in 1967, uses 100% beef patties, but customers say they're thin and feel processed because of flash freezing. The American Customer Satisfaction Index score for McDonald's hit a devastating low of 70 in 2025, with customers complaining that quality has deteriorated massively over the decades. The patties taste bland, the beef flavor is barely there, and value has collapsed as meal prices climb to $12 or $15. Reviews on platforms like Reddit highlight inconsistent cooking, with burgers arriving cold, overly greasy, or both. The fresh appeal that once made McDonald's special is completely gone. Looking at nutrition, a Big Mac contains 590 calories, 34 grams of fat, 13 grams of saturated fat, and 1,050 milligrams of sodium. Dietitian reports rank it among the least healthy options available, especially considering its size doesn't justify those numbers. Experts from Chowhound ranked McDonald's burgers near the bottom for actual beef flavor, suggesting that even competitors like Wendy's offer better value, though quality is dipping there too. Sales declines in 2025 got tied directly to economic anxiety and quality concerns. Mass production has completely sacrificed taste at McDonald's. When the biggest chain in the world can't make a satisfying burger anymore, something has gone seriously wrong. Flipping to the good news, let's count down the 5 chains you absolutely must try for beef burgers. Starting at number 5, we're talking about the Habit Burger and Grill. This chain got established in 1969 in Santa Barbara, California, and by 2025, they've expanded to over 350 locations. Their specialty is char grilling, which creates caramelized notes and a seriously good crust on the beef. The double char burger uses fresh, never frozen beef patties and took the #1 spot in USA Today's 2025 rankings, which is huge. They actually beat In-N-Out according to these rankings, which shows just how good their execution is. Yelp ranked The Habit second place nationally for burger quality and overall restaurant vibe. The double char has 640 calories, 42 grams of fat, 15 grams of saturated fat, and 1,380 milligrams of sodium. Those numbers are comparable to competitors, but the freshness of ingredients makes a real difference in taste. Tasting Table called The Habit a standout for 2025, praising their commitment to quality over expansion speed. The char grilling technique creates a different flavor profile compared to flat-top cooking, adding complexity that customers really appreciate. Reviews consistently mention the juiciness of the patties and how well they hold up during eating, without falling apart or getting soggy. The Habit represents what happens when a chain stays focused on doing one thing really well instead of trying to be everything to everyone. Number 4 on the must-try list goes to Culver's. Founded in 1984 in Sauk City, Wisconsin, Culver's specializes in something called butter burgers, and they've grown to over 1,000 locations by 2025. The double butter burger uses fresh beef patties that get seared to create a rich crust, then served on buns that are lightly buttered and toasted USA. Today ranked them 5th in their 2025 Best Burgers list, which is impressive for a regional chain that's still expanding. Their American Customer Satisfaction Index score dipped slightly to 78 from longer wait times, but that's still way higher than chains we talked about earlier. The double butter burger packs 810 calories, 49 grams of fat, 22 grams of saturated fat, and 1,020 milligrams of sodium. That's definitely indulgent, but the protein content hits 44 grams, which is excellent for staying full. Reviews highlight the rich, buttery flavor that makes these burgers memorable, though some customers note regional inconsistencies depending on location. Culver's tops Midwest Yelp rankings consistently, showing strong regional loyalty. Expert reviewers specifically recommend them over Dairy Queen for anyone wanting a good combination of dairy products and quality burgers. The searing technique they use creates texture and flavor that you simply can't get from steaming or microwaving patties. Culver's proves that butter makes everything better when used correctly. At number 3 for must-try chains, Five Guys deserves major recognition. The company started in 1986 in Arlington, Virginia, when a family decided to open a simple burger joint. They've grown to thousands of locations by 2025, emphasizing customizable burgers made with fresh ground beef. The standard cheeseburger lets you add unlimited toppings at no extra charge, which is amazing for value. In 2025, their American Customer Satisfaction Index score dipped to 75 because customers complained about portion sizes, particularly with fries getting smaller. Despite that, Five Guys still ranked 6th in USA Today's rankings and 7th on Yelp, showing they maintain strong overall quality. A standard cheeseburger delivers 840 calories, 43 grams of fat, 20 grams of saturated fat, and 1,050 milligrams of sodium. The protein content reaches 39 grams, which is seriously impressive. The calories run high, but you're getting handmade patties cooked fresh to order, not something frozen and reheated. QSR industry benchmarks note that Five Guys competes successfully against much bigger chains through sentiment analysis and quality consistency. Customer reviews praise the customization options, the generous portions, and how the burgers actually taste like beef instead of filler. Price increases in 2025 made Five Guys more expensive, but many customers feel the quality justifies the cost. When you can customize your burger exactly how you want it with fresh ingredients, that matters more than saving a couple dollars. Number 2 on the must-try list is Shake Shack, and they've earned this spot through consistent excellence. Shake Shack originated as a hot dog cart in Madison Square Park in New York City back in 2001. By 2025, they expanded to over 540 locations while maintaining a focus on premium Angus beef. The Shack Burger features a smashed patty technique that creates crispy edges, topped with their signature Shack sauce and cherry peppers. USA Today ranked them 7th in 2025, while Yelp put them at 3rd place nationally, showing strong performance across different metrics. Reviews describe a flavor explosion that works because every component is balanced correctly. The Shack Burger contains 530 calories, 34 grams of fat, 13 grams of saturated fat, and 1,250 milligrams of sodium. Compared to competitors, those numbers are actually moderate while delivering premium quality. The protein content sits at 28 grams, which provides good satisfaction. Chowhound rankings specifically praised Shake Shack for bun texture and overall construction, recommending them over places like Sonic. The modern vibe of Shake Shack locations creates an elevated fast casual experience that feels special without being pretentious. Customers appreciate that the chain has expanded nationally while maintaining quality, which is incredibly difficult to pull off. The smashed patty technique maximizes the Maillard reaction, creating complex flavors that make each bite interesting. Shake Shack shows what happens when you combine fast food speed with fine dining attention to detail. The number 1 must-try chain for beef burgers in 2025 is In-N-Out Burger, and this probably won't surprise anyone who's had them. Founded in 1948 in Baldwin Park, California, In-N-Out remains completely family-owned with roughly 400 locations concentrated in the western United States by 2025. The Double-Double uses fresh, never-frozen beef patties, hand-leafed lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and their famous secret spread. You can order Animal Style, which adds grilled onions and extra sauce for even more flavor. In-N-Out topped Yelp's 2025 rankings for burger chains and got selected as America's best burger by Love Food customer reviews, praised the serious fan following and consistently fresh taste, even though lines can get ridiculously long. The Double-Double delivers 670 calories, 41 grams of fat, 18 grams of saturated fat, and 1,440 milligrams of sodium. That sodium number is higher than some competitors, but dietitian rankings justify it by emphasizing the quality of ingredients used. Protein content reaches 37 grams, providing excellent satiety. Users on social media platforms celebrate In-N-Out's top rankings, with experts from Taste of Home noting they beat all competitors for flavor balance. The commitment to never freezing beef means every burger gets made from fresh patties, and customers can literally taste the difference. In-N-Out proves that staying regional, staying family-owned, and refusing to compromise on core values creates something special that chains chasing growth simply can't match. Fast food burgers remain an American staple, but making informed choices matters more than ever in 2025. Some chains cut corners while others double down on quality, and your taste buds will absolutely know the difference when you take that first bite.